Hello, I welcome you to this session of Python programming. In today's session, we'll be discussing about classes and objects. We'll discuss self-parameter and instance variables, self-parameter and methods. We'll also see the various accessibility options in a class in Python. And we'll also learn how to make an attribute or a method private in Python. And lastly, at the end of the lecture, we'll be discussing about the display of class attributes and methods. So let me begin this session by discussing a small program code with you guys. In this, we have a class demo, and there are two methods, A and B, with no arguments. They print certain messages. Once an instance of this class is created, OP1, and if I give a call to the method B, then obviously the messages inside method B and calling method A should be printed. Now, if I wish to call this method A from within this method B, I need to either call through the object or I need to call through the self parameter. If I give a call like this, right, then it won't result in any output because the A is not visible, method A is not visible to method B. We need to use the self parameter here to call this method A from within method B. Alright, we can also use this OB1, the method. So OB1 and the self, they refer to the same thing, they refer to the current object, that is OP1. So that is the relationship between self and the methods. So I hope it's clear to you. Now let's discuss these accessibility options of the various attributes and methods in a class. There are no keywords as private, public or protected in Python as they were in C++, but they are no longer in Python. So to make an attribute or a method private in Python, we need to prefix them by 2 underscores. Once you do this, then you make them private, and it helps in hiding these when accessed from outside a class. So the private methods or private attributes of a class can be accessed from within the class, but outside the class they are not visible, they are private, they are hidden. So let's take up another example to understand this concept. Now here I'm using a class XYZ with 2 attributes, name and age. To make the age attribute as hidden or private, I should prefix it with 2 underscores. So in this class XYZ, there are 2 attributes, name, which is a normal attribute, and age, which is a private attribute. So if I run this, I'll just make this change here. I'll just make these as comments right now. Now if I run this, then the instance of the class is created, OB1, and then when I call the show method, then both the attributes name and age are printed, as you can see in this output. Now let me try to access name from outside the class. Okay, so since it's a normal attribute, so you can see that it is visible. All right, and let me now try to print this from outside the class. So once I do it, obviously the output is that the XYZ object has no attribute as underscore underscore age. So this age attribute, which is a private attribute, cannot be accessed from outside the class. Let us now take another example to understand. Okay, let me take another example. Let me use this directory method to print the various attributes of the class. So directory with the parameter as OB1, the instance of the class is passed to the directory method. So you can see that all the attributes of the class are printed, are displayed. I can also use the class name, say XYZ, then a dot, underscore underscore dict, underscore underscore, to display the basic attributes along with their initial values. So this can be done by using either the directory attribute or the DICT, that is dict attribute. So in this session we have learned about the accessibility options of the methods and attributes in a class. Then you've learned the relationship between self parameter and methods and self parameter and instance variables. So if we make this method here, say as say let's make A as this as a private method, okay? And so to call A, obviously I need to do something like this. So if I run this program, it will print all the three things inside method B, calling method A, inside method A. And remember, A is a hidden method. Now if I try to access A from outside, okay, then obviously I'll get the same message that a demo object has no attribute as underscore underscore A. So that is how you can make your attributes and your methods private in Python. I'll come up with some more content in my next video on classes and objects. Thank you.